Today, Precarious plays
The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
We ran out of arrows and the fight got really tedious. We went back to get more. I'm going to slip on the old mask here. And I'm going to talk about things that I want to talk about instead, so that can focus completely on this this exchange with this wizarding fellow. I previously said that I think that RPG-ing role-playing in an established setting with an established property feels sort of tacky. And that's because I started tabletop role-playing games with D&D, which I think of, and I now realize that this is the case, I think of it as like a non-denominational setting, like a generic setting, and I think that D&D is. I think that D&D kind of qualifies for being like a generic setting. If you just use the mechanics, and if you ignore like Eberron, and if you ignore Greyhawk or the Forgotten Realms. But for a long time, I was effectively, most of my games were run in the Forgotten Realms, and I just didn't really I wasn't cognizant of that. I wasn't thinking about it that way. But I was using the locations and I was using the gods. I wasn't using anything like specifically like Forgotten Realms E or like Planescape E until I started thinking about what if I drew inspiration from this thing called the Blood War? And then that's really when it stopped being like a generic role-playing setting and it started being specifically like Planescape and Forgotten Realms inspired. So I'm overcoming that feeling, that sensation of I'm playing with somebody else's tools here. I shouldn't be tramping around in this world in this way. I hear stories of people online who they'll play Game of Thrones tabletop campaigns, right? And they'll be okay, so we're gonna start from the beginning of the second book, and then anything that happened after that is it's off the table. We don't care about that anymore. It's just gonna be our space to play in. And I would hear that and I would be like, that doesn't sound good. I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get the point of that. But now, having played more tabletop role-playing games in general, and having encountered more products, I'm starting to get it. Mouse Guard was the big one. See, we played a lot of Mouse Guard, and...
Ha! Sorry. That was extreme focus release. I did it!
And it took...
I'm sorry.
How much... Don't look, but how much time do you think that took?
However long it takes for a young eggplant to become a man. I don't know, but I'm opening this box and it better not be fucking rupees.
Give me a number. Give me a figure. How long do you think that took?
A minute.
Best guess.
It felt like 35 seconds. Sweet Jesus, fire arrows.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think everything unclenched, and now I think I have to go poop.
I have to go poop and nap at the same time. It's a nap.
Hang on, I just need to give me just a moment. I can't. Okay.
What was I even talking about?
All right, nothing. We were gonna sing a sweet, sweet song. I'm fumbling all of the controls right now, trying to get back into my comfort zone, which is right here. That was scary.
So safe.
So safe.
So safe, so warm.
was scary. There was a scary man. And I didn't like him, but I killed him, and I don't like that either. By fire, I was going to save my village. After a nap.
Whenever we played Mouse Guard, I had not read any of the graphic novels, so it too felt like a generic adventuring space. Generic isn't the right word.
Established?
Well, that's the opposite. A blank slate. Right? Tabula Rasa, I think?
All right, bro, I'm not thinking too
Hold
much.
on, smash those puffs, those sweet, sweet puffs, because some of them should have arrows, and you're going to need more of them.
Did I get arrows?
I mean, do a little shimmy. Yeah, you got 10 arrows.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mash this puff.
Now, it matters much, much less if you fall for a while after this, because all of those ice blocks that have been blocking your path, you can now use fire arrows to overcome them.
That's just so nice. Like, I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I used all of the brain juices. You know that scene in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie where Zaphod has to put a helmet on that runs on lemons?
Yes.
That is what I need now. That is my mental state. Oh, they respawned. Maybe more arrows? Yes!
No, I think those are just rupees. Oh, no, you did get more
I
arrows.
got more arrows.
28
I
of
have
them.
28, which is
Cool.
quite enough. Thank you. All right, I'm just going to go forward.
And then you can hook to the left, and
I know I did not do that, but
you can hook to the left, and you can use fire arrows to get through there to start.
yeah.
That's a way. One way.
I always love this point in a dungeon where shit starts to unlock,
Yeah.
and it's just great.
Tragically, you'll need to be not a
Be
Goron.
not my best self. That's okay. You know, even when you're not your best self, you can achieve things.
That's just a regular arrow.
I see that
Okay.
now.
Yeah, they are... wasn't there like a sweet little drop-down box in the version of Ocarina of Time that you played? It's a separate item in this game. And it has a sweet little animation where it goes... bounces around for a bit.
Beautiful.
Playing Mouse Guard, playing D&D, it felt like a blank slate. But I realized that for both of those, that is not necessarily the case. Well, for Mouse Guard, like you have to go out of your way to sort of ignore what exists. You have to be like, I'm interested in this product because someone told me that like the game is good and the setting is good, but I'm not going to do the research required. Like the research, I'm not going to research the property ahead of time.
Do I have a key?
No, but I think you can go down there and cross a gap to get a key, maybe.
Okay. Can I cross this gap?
There's no ramp. You need to shimmy on down.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. There's no ramp there either. So you should just go back down and explore other parts of the dungeon for a key.
Okay. Ah, do I have the map yet?
You do not, but I think I know where you can get it.
I think there are definitely branches down here that I didn't go to.
Yeah, I think that you need to go to the door on the left side. And I think that there's a room that I like just because it's weird. It feels like a different culture.
Oh, butts.
Whoever built this dungeon, it feels like they got some contractors in from a different area to make this one room. Nothing else in the dungeon really feels
Subcontracting.
Yeah, they definitely had some hired help for this one room. Because like the brickwork is different.
This
See,
one?
it's like what's in the spikes?
Can I jump over those?
If
This
you're
doesn't
rolling,
feel safe.
if you're rolling, you can, and you have fire arrows, so you can come back up now.
Oh man,
Because you have to shoot the icy eye on the wall.
the icy eye.
I don't want to do that thing I do where I always wind up spending like 3 episodes talking about one idea.
Yeah.
So, let me just say, to conclude at least like the introduction to this topic. I have warmed to the idea of playing RPGs in established settings.
Mm-hmm.
And just on my mind, like right now, things that are on my mind, I think playing an Avatar: The Last Airbender game
Yeah.
would be pretty rad. And I think, oh, that was with a fire arrow. Wow, you really hated that rad.
I just suddenly realized that all my arrows were fire arrows and I wasn't going to run out, so...
You can run out of magic, though.
Yeah, but that's magic.
I mean, it's fucking magic. Who cares? Magic's a dime a dozen. You get a pot, you break a pot, a tinier green pot comes out.
Look, here's magic right now.
That's a magic. This is a magic. Playing a Legend of Zelda role-playing game campaign, I think would be pretty sweet.
I think it would be too.
I think it would be pretty sweet. And I have an idea for it, but it's the kind of idea that's complicated enough that I don't feel guilty about talking about it in another episode.
Yeah.
Probably the next one. Let us never speak of it again.